Hey guys, what's up? It's bafcraft and welcome to another episode on the Isles of BAF. In last week's episode, we did a bit of boat work and we built this massive ship here, and today's episode is going to be somewhat the same in the fact that we are not going to be working on these houses in the villages, but we are also not going to be working on the boat either. We may do a bit of work off camera in this episode, and I'll kind of show you in progress updates, but we are going to be focusing our efforts on a completely new build. Now, this build is also going to be in the village area somewhat, but it is going to be back here, and that is because in today's episode, we are going to be starting construction on the brand new Governor's Mansion, the mansion that overlooks the entire city, and I'm taking a bit of reference from Governor's Mansions that I've looked up online, and at the same time, some Greek-style buildings, so I'm guessing you guys can get a little bit of an idea of what it's going to look like. Going to have some pillars because the Greeks loved their pillars, and that is going to be going right here. I think we're going to be terraforming a bit of a hill for it to sit on top of, and then we are going to begin building. But before we do that, the build calls for a lot of a certain resource that I have none of. So we have got to do that, and that is quartz. We've got to get a ton of quartz, meaning we have to take a trip to the Nether, the first Nether trip in the entire series. So let's grab from our massive amounts of obsidian and coal chest for the mountain. Let's grab some obsidian and create our first ever Nether portal here. So we're gonna go there, up like this. Let's make it a bit bigger. So let's grab that, get some more obsidian, and we are going to light this thing up and head into the Nether for the first time. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the mini-sode. Now, if everything goes correct, if everything has gone to plan, earlier this week I should have released a video on the channel called a Isles of BAF mini-sode. Now, what these are small little mini episodes that are going to be coming out on Mondays. Now, these won't be every Monday. Don't expect this to be a weekly thing. These are going to be videos and episodes of the Isles of BAF that I can put out whenever I get one done. And they're going to be mini episodes, not in time, but in what we do. So anytime I'm doing kind of boring resource gathering and I just kind of want to talk to you guys, that will get turned into a mini-sode. So if everything goes according to plan, there should be a mini episode of me gathering some quartz inside the Nether from today's episode, and that may be coming out next week on Monday, or this upcoming Monday, if everything goes to plan. So don't be expecting that. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So let's go ahead and construct a flint and steel real quick. So here we go, flint, steel, and let's light up this Nether portal, head into the Nether, and begin gathering up some quartz so we can construct this awesome Governor's Mansion. So let's go ahead and head in. Alright guys, so we have made our way back from the Nether. Everything went well in there. We got plenty of quartz and a lot of netherrack, and I picked up some glowstone while I was there. So if everything goes according to plan, you guys can be expecting another mini-sode from that little segment that we did in there. So I hope that works out, and I hope you guys are enjoying the mini-sodes as well, because I actually haven't seen the comments of the first mini-sode yet, so I don't even know if I even want to do a second one. But to finish off today's episode, we are going to be working in this area. We are going to be working on the Governor's Mansion. Now, it has been a couple days since I recorded the last clip for this episode, so I really don't remember what I told you guys. So we are making the Governor's Mansion. I need to make kind of a bit of a terraformed hill for the Governor's Mansion to go on top of. And last thing that I don't think I told you guys is that is actually where I'm going to be living for the rest of this series for now, I guess, unless I move away from the island, which I don't know if I ever will. But if I find a cool place and want to live somewhere else, then I will. But for the island, I'll be living in the Governor's Mansion. And I tweeted out on Twitter, obviously, because that's where you tweet, I think a couple days ago I did, that I was doing some studio renovations, so some episodes and some videos this week were going to be delayed. Now, I really don't want to delay the Isles of BAF. I always want it to be on time, on Fridays. So instead of delaying this episode, it is going to be rather trimmed down. I'm not going to be able to do too much in this episode. It's really just going to be planning for the Governor's Mansion, and then in the next episode, we'll be continuing the work, which is going to take a lot of quartz. So in this episode, we are going to begin building a small hill. I think it's going to be up to about this, maybe even this level right here. I might even continue it off of this already pre-existing hill, and it's going to come out to about right here. And I need to do a couple measurements because I have designed the Governor's Mansion already, so I think I know how big it's going to be. So we need to build the hill to accommodate that, and I'm just rambling now, so we are going to get started with doing that. We need a lot of dirt, I know that, so I'm actually going to put this netherrack up, because that is just taking up space, and we are never going to use that. Alright, so, cool, lots of dirt. Yeah, so what was I going to say? I had something else. Okay, so what I was going to say is that I might be sounding a bit different, and that's because over the past couple days, I've been fairly sick. I've had some headaches, and they have led to apparently a sore throat, so I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but you guys probably can't even tell the difference because normally you can't when people say they sound different, but it's getting a little bit better talking through it. But today we are working on the Governor's Mansion. I've said that a lot, and I think it is going to come from right here because I want the mine to be right beside it, and it's going to come all the way to probably about right here, I'm guessing. I think it'd be about right here, and I think that's going to be really good. We can still have our path coming through here around the side of it, and I am going to begin to build a hill going up to the Governor's Mansion. So the village is kind of down, and then the hill goes up to the Governor's Mansion. So that is what we're going to be doing in today's episode, and we might get started with the base, I'm not sure, but like I said, guys, today's episode is going to be trimmed down and rather short because there's been a lot of sickness and studio renovations going on. And if I didn't mention to you guys what the studio renovations are, I actually painted the wall that my desk is on, so I had to collapse my entire setup, so I was without a computer for a couple days, so I lost a lot of recording and editing time, and that's why this episode is taking hits. So hopefully this is good enough for you guys, and the mini-sodes will get you through, because I'm pretty sure there will be a mini-sode inside the nether if I can get it done in time. That's the big thing, getting it done in time. But I am going to do the entire base. Here's the big thing. I'm going to do the entire base of the hill, where it's going to go, and I think I'm going to begin to lay out blocks for where the Governor's Mansion is going to go, and I'm going to do that all in kind of a third-person time-lapse / progress updatey thing. It's going to be really strange. I promise it's not going to be like this any other time. This is just because I have only these small few minutes of recording time, and I'm actually going to record the end of the episode here in a couple minutes, so this is about to get real strange, so just bear with me for this episode. And all you need to know is that there is going to be a base and a Governor's Mansion beginning to start right here. So sorry for the confusion, but let's get on with it. Alright guys, the hill is done, and it is time to begin placing in the beginning blocks of the Governor's Mansion, and I'm getting excited. It is going to look great. I can't wait for you guys to see it. but let's get started with it. Alright guys, so like I said just a minute ago earlier in the episode, I am recording the end of the episode directly after that longer clip of me talking. So as you can see, none of the Governor's Mansion is built, or any of the base, or any of the hill that I'm building, because I'm doing that in a third-person time-lapse later. So I'm going to attempt to use some real rough Photoshop like this to put the Governor's Mansion and hill into place, and I'm guessing it looks absolutely terrible. So I'm going to just kind of fake it here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I hope you enjoyed the time-lapse and the progress updates of building the small amount that we did in today's episode. I promise next week's episode we're going to be doing a lot more work on the Governor's Mansion. It's just I've had zero time, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy my terrible Photoshop job that is going on behind me, and I will see you guys next time in another video. Peace out.